You get back here!
What a wacky and wonderful time to be alive, lads. At least for us in the West who have enjoyed this capitalist lifestyle for hundreds of years, and we've almost hit our peak on it. I mean, soon enough, space tourism is gonna take off. We can literally afford to eat and waste copious amounts of food. And now people make actual livings or photos of their feet. There's no way that the summit of the system isn't near. Like, if you had to go back 100 years to your ancestors who are working in the mines and show them a video of a kid who's a millionaire before the age of 15, it would blow their mind. I just realize you'll probably be showing your own great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather this. He's probably 8 years old himself, chipping away in the dark. The least you could do is light up the cave for him. And God said, on the 8th day, let there be cocomelon. Grandfather, you may see the light now. Having said all that, nothing quite captures all of the pitfalls of our system like this story. OnlyFans model Obsessed Fan gets her name tattooed above his genitals and adds it to his life insurance policy. Now, you can easily say that this is all consensual and above board, so why do you care what this man does with his money? And why do you want to shame him for it? I'll tell you exactly why. This man needs to be humiliated. In the title alone, this man has spent £25,000 on her. A woman in which he has absolutely no hope in hell of being able to touch, let alone breathe on. And none of you see a problem with that. This is my personal opinion on the OnlyFans app. There is no such thing as a consumer win. Only the ladies benefit. If you're so unhinged in the head that you want a photo of a woman sucking on her toe while Dragon Ball plays in the background and a fan specifically blows her hair, maybe you should take that £300 you were going to spend on that request to that woman and then use it to get 300 quid's worth of therapy. Like, you can't say you're a winner at life even if you have this much money to blow on random people online. That is some bottom feeder behavior. Do you have any idea how much is uploaded every minute of every single day? You can't just go on the website, find a title with 2 minutes, go absolutely God mode on yourself, clean up and walk off. No, you are so down bad that you find someone within your specific taste range and then make a request that takes 5 to 7 business days to arrive on Titty Express. I mean, dude, it's not needed. Nobody should have to FedEx a wank. I am being for real right now. If your bank card has a subscription service to any website, then you need to get your priorities right. Oh, can you even imagine the after splooge clarity? I just spent £500 on a lady who can eat her own butthole. What is wrong with me? Mercedes set up her OnlyFans account after discovering her love for pole dancing. Oh, did she? Did she now? She loved pole dancing, did she? After falling in love with the ancient art of jiggling on a pole, it seemed like the natural next step for me was goatsing the internet. I mean, I'm just so into the creative aspect of me putting my legs above my head while a balding Armenian man watches and calls me a filthy It just truly is a passion of mine. Pile of money in the background? To be honest, I don't really see how that's relevant, and I don't like your toxic questions. An OnlyFans model has revealed an obsessed subscriber has had her name tattooed above his genitals and spends around $25,000 a year on her explicit photos and videos. The fan quickly became Mercedes Valentine's most lucrative subscriber, having first reached out in June 2021, wanting her to control all aspects of her life. By the way, absolute props, my love. That is a killer star name. Oh, Mercedes Valentine's. That's so good. I'm actually legitimately jelly I don't have that. The subscriber has since asked permission to permanently ink the 22-year-old's name slightly above his private area and on also his wedding finger. In order to get as close to the real thing as possible, the subscriber requested Mercedes to design the tattoo in her handwriting. You guys do know that like every single one of these girls has an assistant, right? Like the person you're talking to isn't the one taking the photos and videos. And the funny thing about those assistants, they tend to do all of the work that the girls don't want to do. Like say, I don't know, maybe design a tattoo for a fan? That ain't Mercedes handwriting, my man. That's Miguel's. Also, not to add insult to injury, but the $25,000 you've sent her to quote control your life, well, a fair portion of that will be paying Mr. Miguel. So not only are you probably not talking to the girl, you are quite literally paying to catfish yourself. Mercedes also confirmed that the transfixed subscriber calls her goddess and muscle mummy. Alright, I didn't need to know that. And he has a shrine dedicated to her and has even named her as the beneficiary in his life insurance policy, claiming the OnlyFans model has ownership of his soul. Can he legally do that? How do you arbitrate the collection of a soul? What, do you need like a witch doctor? Oh, Jesus Christ, I just realized something. In the majority of dividing of asset cases, everybody who could possibly be a benefactor normally has to gather together either via Zoom or in a room so they can split the inheritance up. And I'm gonna say this as a big, and I mean a big if. This guy might have a wife and kids, or maybe just a family that are all gonna be sat in that room mourning in black, and Mercedes is gonna kick down that door in bright pink shorts and high heels, collect her check and bounce. Or imagine the kids find out that he left them nothing and it all went to her. Dad loved a cam girl more than he loved you. Mercedes from Brighton said, "He's my top fan. His life revolves around me. He is like many of my subscribers, wants to be dominated by me. He has a shrine dedicated to me with a big flower arrangement and photos. The requests don't bother me, and I want them to do what makes them happy. It's a form of worship, and I think OnlyFans is helping normalize it." Do you guys smell that? Bro, who's talking cack in here? It smells like sewage. There's no way you're being for real right now. I know you are saying this all publicly, and I truly get why. And I also believe you when you say you truly don't mind because slay, get the bad girl. But don't lie to me and say you're trying to normalize this behavior with OF, or that OF normalizes this behavior. This behavior shouldn't be happening to begin with. It's a form of mental disorder. This type of thing shouldn't be encouraged because this guy isn't in love with you. He's in love with the idea of you. In his mind, he's built this woman up to the perfect being who doesn't sneeze, fart, or shit. Or maybe not. Maybe he wants all three at the same time. I mean, he is an OnlyFans user, so he might be a little bit touched. But back to my point, though, it's not good that the only way this guy can get pleasure is by spoiling a woman he doesn't know. And it's certainly not good that he's obsessed with you and shows it through tattoos and murals. This guy will never have a normal, healthy relationship because he's too into the idea of the perfect woman. And he isn't accepting of what a woman actually is. But again, Mercedes, girl, absolutely no judgment. If I look like you, I can't say I would do any different. I just can't help but feel really, really bad for this dude. The OnlyFans model originally trained to be a neuroscientist at university, inspired by both her parents and her diagnosis of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome at just 15 years old. You can't even say this is fatherless behavior. This woman's intelligent as shit, dude. And she had two loving parents. The money's just too good to turn down. The condition means Mercedes has very flexible joints and loose skin. However, in 2021, she set up her OnlyFans page, having fallen in love with pole dancing, and her page quickly began to take off, taking around 40k a month. Now listen to me and listen good. I bet this does happen, and I bet there are women out there that fart into jars and become millionaires. But it probably won't be you. Let me show you the math right quick. At this moment in time, there are 3.9 billion women in the world. Let's round that up to 4 billion and cut that in half for women of legal age. So now we're on 2 billion. So let's take another billion away for various factors, like internet access, religion, morals, upbringing, and background. Now let's say half of that 1 billion of women decide to become hoes. That's 500 million. And then again, let's say we take half of that and half of them go into the traditional markets, aka the hub, and the other half go into independent content creation, aka OnlyFans. Now you're in a pool of 250 million women all making OnlyFans content. What makes you think your is so special in that race? I know for sure I couldn't compete in the male version of that. I'm short, I'm angry a lot, I get hyper fixated on things. I don't like most people, and I have a superiority complex that I have to keep in check so I don't go the left wing of crazy. And to be fair, on a bad day I look like Schmiegel's love child, and on a good day I'm maybe a 6. And that's not me fishing for compliments, that's me being honest with myself. So do you still think it's a good idea putting your nude naked body online? Because there's no going back. Once it's up there forever. And also, not to mention this, you can fail at a lot of things, but there is absolutely nothing more embarrassing than failing at an OnlyFans. Like, damn, bro, they didn't even want your body? That's everything. Granted, you could break the mold. I'm not saying you won't, but please remember, before you do it, it could hugely backfire. And those numbers in terms of money do sound tempting, but how much is your pride worth? Hey, Dino, come lick this toilet bowl for 50 quid. Okay. Speaking about a condition, Mercedes said, "I'd always been known as the bendy kid. I got weaker and weaker and my joints started to deteriorate. My mom would hug me and feel my shoulders coming out. It became increasingly more painful to do everyday things. My mom found me the best therapist to slowly get better. After physiotherapy, Mercedes headed to university and found her love for pole dancing." You already said that. The entertainer added, "As soon as I touched the pole, I loved it," she said. "I like performing and showing off what I can do. I didn't expect to blow up." Speaking again with the obsessed fan, Mercedes said, "He's unbelievably dedicated, I'll tell him off if he does something wrong. He asked permission to get a tattoo and now has one of my name above his genitals and his ring finger. I really pray my boy did this himself. What an awkward conversation to have with another human being. So why exactly did you want Mercedes on your ring finger anyway? Is it like a family member or something? Something like that. She's a strange woman I met on the internet who I have a shrine of and I'm wholeheartedly dedicated to. Dude. That's so sweet! He emailed me a contract he had put together signing over his soul to me. It doesn't bother me or shock me, but I'm on the spectrum, so maybe that's why. Nah, you can't not find that funny. An autistic stripper, I'm crying. Now, coming to the stage, you know her, you love her. It's Mercedes! Go! We talked about this, you have to say it's 3 times! First single ones, please. Single ones, please. First single ones, only single ones. I need to count the money. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Need pile. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Need pile. Somebody accidentally threw change on your feet. Nickel! Hey guys, it's just Dean clarifying. After reviewing the footage, it sounds a lot like I'm saying a very, very horrible word. I want to show you I am saying nickel, you know, like the penny. I'm not racist against black people. It's just other people I am. The man also buys Mercedes lots of gifts, including furnishings for her house. One of the things Mercedes instructed the man to do was to be in chastity for a month. He had to wait until I told him he was allowed to reveal himself, she added. Haha, sounds like me and the missus. I'm in a deeply unhappy marriage. Mercedes explained that her parents were supportive of her career choice and only care about the 22-year-old being happy. On whether her family and friends are worried about the fans she attracts, Mercedes added, "Some think these people are psychos, but they are harmless. I'm really glad I do this. It gives me all the freedom in the world." That's nice for her, honestly. Like, I'm really happy she's getting paid crazy amount of money for, like, no work. I know it sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but I'm not. I'm genuinely happy for her. She's just taking advantage of a marketplace created by these weirdos. Like I always say, is it consensual? Is it safe? Well, then who am I to stand in your way? But if you're one of the dudes who are into this and you're seeing this, I'm gonna tell you this for free. Sure, you can get a rub out of this, but I'm telling you now, seeing a professional is a much better use of your income and time. Not only can you figure out what is wrong with you can improve your mental health and maybe attract a Mercedes of your own in real life. But the most critical and important aspect of this is your trial video has run out. Subscribe to my OnlyFans to see the rest of this content. Legally, guys, you have to subscribe over here on YouTube. And I just want to say thank you all for watching. I love you all. Have a good day. Bye bye.